Of the more than 250,000 women and girls reported missing in 2020, at least 40% were women of color. Despite making up a much smaller share of the overall US population, Black, Indigenous, and Hispanic women are going missing at shockingly high rates. And there's really no data on what happened to them. No one knows where they are, or it's just a shocking, almost unbelievable situation in this country. And we're going to have to do a much better job in helping these women and really documenting what is happening. They are also more likely than white women to fall victim to intimate partner violence and other crimes that contribute to missing persons cases. Yet the data available to us today likely understates the problem, and there's very little governmental data. It comes from not-for-profits. According to the Government Accountability Office, the total number of missing Indigenous women is unknown due to inadequacies in federal databases. These databases also lack any data whatsoever on missing Hispanic women who are included with white women in official federal counts. This tells me women of color are likely even more disproportionately represented among missing person cases than we know, creating a significant blind spot for policymakers as we seek solutions to these problems. Women of color who go missing or who are victims of crime are also not getting the assistance and attention they deserve. This is a dire problem in my home of New York City. In Brooklyn, Natoya Stevens, a 29-year-old Black woman of 2, has been missing since 2012 after an argument with her fiance. Her loved ones are still seeking information on her whereabouts. Leanne Marie Hosberg, a 14-year-old girl of Native American descent, also from Brooklyn, has been missing since 1999 when she disappeared from her family's apartment. To this day, her parents don't have answers about what happened to her. And earlier this year, we learned the tragic news that a 43-year-old Hispanic mother from my district in Queens, Yuseli Sanchez, was found dead after going missing on New Year's Eve. Her 4 children will now have to grow up without their mother. I hope to learn more about this through this hearing, about how we can do better by these women and the tens of thousands of others whose families and loved ones are still seeking answers. At the very least, I hope we can identify solutions to the data gaps that exist so we can know the true extent of the problem. In addition to the demographic information that is clearly lacking, there's likely additional data we should be routinely collecting and examining. More information on who is going missing, the communities they belong to, and what happened to them will help us direct the resources and attention necessary to better serve women of color who may be at risk. In closing, I'd like to echo President Biden's call during the State of the Union speech Tuesday night for Congress to finally send him a bill to reauthorize the Violence Against Women Act. The House acted nearly a year ago, passing reauthorization legislation I co-sponsored on a bipartisan vote. Our bill would provide vital services to victims of the types of crimes that fuel missing person cases, and it would address some of the challenges we'll be discussing today. I hope it can be signed into law soon, and I think that this hearing is long overdue, and it's hard to believe that so many women are missing in our country unaccounted for, and we must do everything to improve this situation. I want to thank all of our witnesses for sharing their stories and for their work in this area with us today. And I yield back